The world of wrestling has lost a giant. Today, on July 24, 2025, we say goodbye to Hulk Hogan. He was a hero to millions, he was a friend to many. At 71 years old, his heart, which was so full of passion for this business, has finally rested. His real name was Terry Bollea, but to the world, he was simply the Hulkster. He was more than just a wrestler, he was a cultural icon who changed the game forever. His passing leaves a massive hole in the universe of sports entertainment. He showed us all how to connect with the fans on a level that nobody had ever seen before. He was a true pioneer, a leader, and the man who put wrestling on the global map. His journey started long before the bright lights of the big arenas. Terry was a young man from Augusta, Georgia with a dream. He played music and worked hard, but his true calling was the squared circle. He trained with the legendary Hiro Matsuda, learning the ropes and paying his dues. The training was brutal, but Terry's spirit was stronger. He made his debut in the late 1970s, a towering figure with undeniable charisma. Even in those early days you could see the spark. You could feel the energy he brought to every single match. He was destined for greatness, and he chased that destiny with everything he had, building his foundation one town at a time. The name Hulk Hogan was born in 1979, and soon after, the world started to take notice. He had a small but memorable role in the movie Rocky III as the fighter Thunderlips. That role showed everyone a glimpse of the star power he possessed. It wasn't just his incredible size or his powerful moves, it was the way he commanded your attention. He had an aura that you couldn't ignore. Vince McMahon Sr. saw this potential and brought him into the World Wrestling Federation. It was the perfect match of a visionary promoter and a once-in-a-generation talent. A revolution was about to begin, and Hulk Hogan was ready to lead the charge into a new era. Before Hulkamania, wrestling was a more regional attraction. Hogan changed all of that. He was the total package. The look, the power, and the personality. He had the IT factor. He was the superstar that the business needed to break into the mainstream. His early work set the stage for what would become a global phenomenon. He was honing his craft, perfecting his character, and connecting with every person in the audience. He made you believe. He made you care. He was preparing to build a legacy that would inspire countless wrestlers, including myself, for generations to come. His journey was just getting started, but the foundation he laid was already rock solid. The year 1984 was the turning point. It was the year Hulkamania was officially born. On January 23, Hulk Hogan stepped into the ring at Madison Square Garden to face the Iron Sheik for the WWF Championship. The Iron Sheik was a dominant and hated champion. But Hogan represented something new, something powerful. He was the all-American hero. When Hogan lifted the Iron Sheik and dropped him with his famous leg drop, the crowd exploded. He won the title, and in that moment, an era began. It was more than a victory, it was a coronation. Hulkamania was running wild, and it was about to take over the entire world of entertainment. Hogan's message was simple and strong. He told his Hulkamaniacs to train, say their prayers, and eat their vitamins. He was a real-life superhero for an entire generation of kids. He wore the iconic red and yellow, he cupped his ear to hear the roar of the crowd, and he tore his shirt in a display of pure power. He became the face of the WWF and the anchor for WrestleMania, the grand spectacle that changed wrestling forever. His main event match against Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 is one of the most iconic moments in sports history. The image of Hogan body slamming the Giant is etched into the memory of every fan. It was a moment that proved anything was possible. He carried the company on his massive shoulders for years. He defended his championship against a who's who of legendary villains, from Rowdy Roddy Piper to King Kong Bundy to Macho Man Randy Savage. Every match was an epic story of good versus evil, and Hogan was always the hero who would fight back against all odds. He made you feel like you were part of his fight. When he was in trouble, the energy from the fans would give him strength. He would start hulking up, shaking off the punches and fighting back to secure the victory. He was the ultimate champion, a symbol of strength and resilience for millions around the globe. His influence went far beyond the ring. He was on lunchboxes and animated series and magazine covers. He was a household name. He made wrestling cool. He brought it into our living rooms every week and made it a must-see event. The Hulkamania era was a golden age for the business, and it was all built on the incredible connection Hogan had with his fans. He wasn't just playing a character, he was living it. He believed in what he was doing, and that authenticity is what made people believe in him. He was the biggest star in the world, and he used that platform to lift up the entire industry. Every hero's journey has a twist. In 1996, Hulk Hogan did the unthinkable. He had moved to a rival company, World Championship Wrestling, and for a while he was still the same red and yellow hero. But at the Bash at the Beach event, he shocked the world. He turned his back on the fans and joined forces with the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. He dropped a leg on his friend Randy Savage and announced the formation of the New World Order, or the NWO. He traded his iconic colors for black and white and became Hollywood Hogan. It was one of the bravest and most impactful character changes in wrestling history. This new version of Hogan was arrogant, cool, and dangerous. He was the villain you loved to hate. The NWO became the hottest act in wrestling, dominating WCW and creating a new boom period for the industry. The Hollywood Hogan character showed his incredible range as a performer. He wasn't just a one-trick pony, he could be the ultimate hero and the ultimate villain. The NWO storyline was compelling television, and it forced the WWF to step up its own game, leading to the competitive Monday Night Wars. Hogan proved that he could still be the biggest star in the business, even when he was being bad. His career wasn't limited to the wrestling ring. Hogan was a star in Hollywood and on television, from his early role in Rocky III to leading his own movies like No Holds Barred and Suburban Commando. He brought his larger-than-life personality to the big screen. Later he opened up his home to the world with the reality show Hogan Knows Best. The show gave fans a look at his life as a father and a family man, showing a different side of the legend. It proved that his star power was undeniable, no matter the medium. He was a natural entertainer, and he knew how to capture an audience's attention in any setting. Even after his full-time wrestling career wound down, Hogan remained a vital part of the culture. He made memorable returns to WWE, including an unforgettable Icon vs. Icon match against me at WrestleMania X8. The energy in the building that night was electric, a testament to the love the fans still had for him. He served as a brand ambassador, a host, and a two-time WWE Hall of Famer, once as himself and once with the NWO. He was always connected to the business that he helped build. He was even planning a new amateur wrestling league before his passing, always looking for ways to give back to the sport he loved. Today the wrestling world is united in its grief. Tributes are pouring in from every corner of the globe. Superstars from the past and present, promoters, and most importantly the fans, are all sharing their memories of the Hulkster. Legends like Ric Flair have spoken about his kindness and support behind the scenes. WE has honored him as the man who took the company to global heights. It is a powerful reminder of the impact one man can have. He wasn't just a co-worker, he was a brother to many in the locker room. He touched so many lives, and his spirit will live on in the stories we all share about him for years to come. Hulk Hogan's legacy is immortal. He is on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling, and his place there is undisputed. He created the template for the modern sports entertainer. He showed us that the connection with the audience is the most important thing. His influence can be seen in every superstar who followed him. He taught us how to tell a story, how to build drama, and how to create moments that last a lifetime. Without Hulk Hogan, there would be no Attitude Era. Without Hulk Hogan, there would be no The Rock. He paved the way for all of us, and we are forever in his debt for the path he blazed. He will be remembered as the ultimate hero. He will be remembered for the red and yellow, the prayers and the vitamins. He will be remembered for slamming Andre the Giant and for creating Hulkamania. But he will also be remembered for taking a risk and creating the NWO. He was a complex, larger-than-life figure who gave everything he had to entertain the people. He was a showman of the highest order. He loved this business and he loved his Hulkamaniacs. That love was real, and it was the fuel for his incredible decades-long career. He was a true American original. So, as we say our final goodbyes, we do so with gratitude. Thank you, Hulk. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for making us believe. Your bell has rung for the final time here on Earth, but your legacy will echo in every arena, in every cheer, and in the heart of every fan forever. You are a legend. You are an icon. You are immortal. Rest in power, my brother. What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you forever? Nothing, because it will live on in all of us.